Hi everyone, Misilla here. Getting chilly up here in the Pacific Northwest. I'm in Zone 8B. It actually got down to 37 degrees this morning. But fortunately, we have some cold weather crops that are able to tolerate these cold temperatures. So I'm going to go over, walk around the garden real quick and show you how everything's going. Some of them actually are looking much better because they actually do well during the fall and winter months, and they taste better too. Most of the cool weather crops I'm referring to are from the brassica family, such as kale, collard greens, the purple tree collard. I don't know if you can see it, but it was windy last week, so it got blown over from the storm. I need to stake them again with some bamboo. Also radishes, carrots are great. They're not part of the brassica family, but they can tolerate cold temperatures, as well as spinach. Even lettuces can take a light frost. So if you have any of those, you should be okay for the next few weeks until it starts getting down to the hard frost or colder temperatures around 26-31 degrees. But the brassica plants will tolerate even down to 15 degrees, especially I believe kale and collard greens. They actually can withstand those temperatures. So let's walk around the garden and I'll show you how things are coming along. And would like to know how your garden is doing and what you are harvesting. So please leave a comment below and let me know what you're up to. So here's one of my purple tree collards, and it's kind of leaning. This is a young one. It's about 3.5 feet tall. The really big ones were blown over by the windstorm last week, so I need to tie them up again. But they are beautiful. Look at all those giant leaves. Still producing. Look at that. They are actually doing much better than they were during summertime. And over here are mainly kale plants. Oh, my broccoli still producing. There's a crown there. The rest of them are flowering. Let's walk over this way. I'm just going to walk over the strawberry patch. Dinosaur kale. Look how beautiful that is. So no more aphids. It got too cold for them and it's just flourishing now. Another dinosaur kale. Curly kale. Look at that. Look at those leaves. So lush. Look at that, and crisp. So as the temperature dips down, the plants produce more sugars, which help them tolerate the cold temperatures. That's why they don't freeze. So this is what these brassica plants do, is they produce more sugar, and that's what gives them that sweeter taste during the fall and winter months. Oh, they're all leaning though, so I need to stake them. Scarlet kale, beautiful. I need to harvest some. Let's see, more dinosaur kale. And over there, some Russian kale on this side. Some of these are still young plants. I think I planted them from seed this summer. You know, I just noticed that the bok choy are still producing, although they're very little. See those? Those are raw bok choy. I forgot about these. They're actually looking good, even though they're small. And over here are some arugula in between that little dinosaur kale. And here is a small bed of lettuce, mixed lettuce greens. I think there's some arugula in there as well. So again, lettuces can tolerate temperatures all the way down to I think 26-31 degrees. So they can take light frost. If it gets colder than that, more likely they will die back. And actually these are beets that I planted from scraps. Let's see. There's another broccoli. Beautiful. And the leaves are edible, so you can eat the leaves just as you would with kale and collards. Here's the other purple collard tree. I need to stake this real bad. Still looking good though, but I just don't want them to topple over. Here are some onion scraps that I planted, and you can eat this just as you would with spring onions or scallions, and they can tolerate cold temperatures as well, all the way a little bit below freezing temperatures. So they'll still produce around 30-31 degrees, sometimes lower. More spring onions right there. And also if you grew parsley, my parsley last year grew throughout the winter, so they were still producing even below like 26 degrees. Oh my gosh, forgot about these. Cilantro does well in the winter time too. mint, more cilantro on that side. They are doing so much better during the colder months. I love it. I almost forgot about chives. It was right next to the spring onion scraps that I planted. These are all in the same family. So the onions, chives, garlic, it's called the allium family, and they are cold hardy crops. In fact, when I planted my garlic, they sprouted last year, and the leaf blades did not die back, even when the temperatures got down to about 15, even 13 degrees. So another cold hardy plant here that you can grow that's also delicious. Oh, here's some more Russian kale planted along with, I think that's mint. So the mint usually dies back when it starts to dip below freezing temperatures, or below 32 degrees they'll start to wilt. And my bay leaf tree, or baby tree, it's doing so well. I got this last year from my mom when it was like, I think 4 inches tall, and now it's about 1.5 feet, and it is doing really well. I'm so happy to have one of these, such a beautiful plant, and we love to use the leaves in soups, stews, so great herb to grow. I also have a row of radishes along here. See, they're still doing great. And they should form bulbs soon, so we can harvest them. And I think on the other side are some more arugula. This one here is a celery scrap that I planted last summer. As you can see, most of it died back because it went to flower and produced some seeds, although the middle started sprouting again. So this is another cold hardy vegetable, which is, I believe, in the carrot, parsley, and cilantro family. So they are all pretty cold hardy. So there's our garden from afar. And you know what, I forgot to mention, I planted some mushrooms underneath this tree, but I think it's a little too cold for them to grow, so they might not come up till maybe closer to spring. So anyways, I forgot to mention, I've grown mustard plants before, and Misilla, I think it's the same, pretty much the same plant, but they're part of the brassica family, and those are also very cold hardy, as well as cauliflower and chard. I've had great luck with chard. They actually survive through the winter time as well. So that's what's going on out here in the garden. Still have some cool weather crops that we are harvesting, some yummy and delicious leafy greens that taste so much better in the winter time. I hope that you guys enjoy this video, and let me know which cool crops you are growing this fall and winter. We'd love to know. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Have a wonderful day and happy gardening.